What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Thunderstruck. Corey Sherman, driver of the number 3 Toyota Tundra. But enough about me and Amanda. Let's get to the winningest driver this season at Pocono Raceway, the number 34, Tom Richter.
Well, that was a quick introduction for you and Amanda. You're wrapped it up into
Fine
one
with
sentence. Tom Richter, 34. That's enough about me. We got everybody's best friend joining us tonight, David Gainforth.
Hey guys and girls.
Hey,
Hello.
man, how you doing?
Doing good. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Tell the crowd what your number is and what you drive.
I drive the 101, and it's usually 20th and back. And I got a Chevy and a Ford and a Toyota. It doesn't really seem to matter what I drive. I do the same, but I always look good. I got Dalton Cook making my paint job, so I always do look good, even though I don't run well. But, that's important to look good too.
That's a nice shout out there. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, he hopefully doesn't charge me if he hears this. Paint jobs are getting expensive with exchanges and tariffs and everything else that your president's doing on me up here. So.
It's rolling
so
over
much
the trading
cheaper if
piece.
you were the 51st state.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. My health care wouldn't be as good, though. That's the problem.
Did you guys, Dave, did you watch the All-Star race Saturday, yesterday, I guess?
Yeah, I had it on. Yep.
What'd you think? Because I remember last year, so they did the repave, and we'll get into sim racing in a little bit, right? But I remember last year, like or was it 2 years ago, whatever, Kyle Larson led like 300 of the 200 laps at North Wilkesboro. What'd you guys think of the repave? Because I haven't really watched the race. I've watched it like here and there.
Personally, I thought it was a really good race.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate that the bottom groove didn't work as well as they had hoped it did, but I think in another year or so, aging there, I think it's going to be a really good two-groove racetrack.
Well, I tell you what, some of the drivers knew how to pass on the low side, and like Christopher Bell, he was respectfully aggressive. Logano was on old tires, and he held his own, diving down low and trying to pinch him back up, and some of them did well.
Yeah, Larson came from dead last to, well, he was leading there for a while because of pit stops, but he moved up to 7th or 8th, just passing everybody as well. So,
Yeah.
On the bottom.
It kind of seems like NASCAR is trying to do that with some of the older tracks, right? They're trying to get back out to North Wilkesboro. They just ran an Xfinity race at Rockingham for the first time in, 20 years. They brought the trucks back to Milwaukee for 2 races. Like, I don't know. I think we need to implement the promoter's caution, though. I think we need to have like Corey. We need to have it to be like Joe up in the booth has admin controls, and we say, all right, Joe, you need to throw a caution in between this lap and that lap, and let Joe throw a promoter's caution in the middle
He'd
of
be
the race.
under commercial when he did it anyways.
You'd have to drop the flag too, like Michael did, and that'd be the best part if iRacing could drop the flag on the track.
That was funny that he dropped that. I saw a couple things today. Like, you had one job.
He just turned around and started walking away like, oops.
It was funny, actually.
Do you ever drop the flag at Oscar, Dave? So Dave, before we go into that, I know that you and I have talked about it before, but you bring some real world experience into sim racing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Oscar and what your role was over there?
Well, I've been doing Oscar now for 30 years, actually. I started off actually just by writing the checks at the end of the night to the drivers, and now I've moved
What's
up
Oscar?
to where I'm moved. Pardon me?
What is it?
It's called Oscar, and at the time when we started, that's an acronym. I think it stands for the Ontario Stock Car Association of Asphalt Racers, or something like that. And we started off with just... Yeah, I did. We started off having super late models. I don't know if you're aware of what those are, but they're like one of the fastest short track cars that you can have. And like I said, I started off by writing checks at the end of the night. Then I became the race director, and now I'm the president of the series. I do all the marketing and promoting, and I do the race directing when I'm at the track and stuff. But the buck stops with me, sort of thing. After 30 years, right now we have 2 divisions. We have what's an open wheel modified, like they have on iRacing. They're like the tour modifieds, but we use crate motors, mostly 602 crate motors. And 5 years ago, right before COVID started, I developed a new division. It's called the Hot Rods, and they're a full-body steel car from 1952 to 1974 bodies, and they all have to be stock appearing cars. And that built up to be one of the biggest divisions here in Ontario. Actually, we have about 40 or 50 of them here in Ontario at this time. So, yeah, that's what I do every week. I'm at the racetrack, and in the off season we're doing promoting car shows and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I've been in it for, like I said, 30 years now. So,
what nights do the races primarily run on, and are you on Flow Racing?
No, we're not on Flow Racing. We are on Racing America a couple times.
Okay.
But we race normally on Saturday nights. We go to all the local short tracks here in Ontario. There's about 8 of them left now, paved tracks, and we travel around. And from May long weekend, like our weekend that just went by, till Thanksgiving in October, we race.
You guys don't venture down into the States at all, do you?
No, right now. I've looked into going to the States, but it's very hard to get across the border with a race car. And the dollar exchange right now, like our dollar's terrible. It's probably close to 40 cents less than the American dollar. Like it costs us $1.40 to buy $1 American right now, basically. So
we should go to Canada, go to the
Well,
casino.
But then you got to come back.
I don't know if you recall Chris Legue. He races with us sometimes when he can, and right now he's getting into his race season. He's a crew chief in Barrie, Vermont at Thunder Road, and that's every single Thursday night. And you know, he's got his own shop that all week long working on cars, and he's working on their race cars. One of his best friends is the driver, and it's just his life is all summer long wrapped around Thunder Road and getting his cars ready.
Oh yeah, it's a 7-day-a-week job keeping your race car ready, and it's basically almost a 7-day-a-week job doing
and
what I do as well.
A lot of them out of their own pocket and everything, a little bit of sponsorship, but these drivers put a lot of money into their cars.
Oh yeah, that got to be the problem with the super late models. Like a motor would be $40,000 or $50,000 US for our guys to buy, and and it just, if they blow up, like you're in trouble. Like that's a house payment, like a down payment that they just blew up. So the people that can afford that are very few and far between. So that's really what we're combating right now, because all the parts and tires and everything do come from the States right now. So with the exchange rate and tariffs and stuff that are being put on parts and stuff, it's increased their racing costs up here probably by 1/3. Easily.
Where is that trophy from there, Dave? Is that from a race you won at Oscar or online, or what is that trophy next to you?
Yeah, they just gave that to me because I'm a hell of a nice guy. No, that actually started with Oscar back 30 years ago. That was the Super Late Models yearly Champions Trophy, and that division doesn't exist right now. So I just have it sitting here to remind me that I'm a champion. I'm a champion.
Mine.
To impress all the people that come over to visit me. I don't have room on my headboard, or else I'd have it over top of my bed. But
going to sleep with it, holding it.
Yeah, reminding myself I'm a champion. But yeah, I do have one trophy from iRacing. I don't know where it is, but I did find it when I was moving from a league that I used to race in. It's much smaller.
They're on the cyber budget. Yeah, I don't know if I don't have.
He was the race director against 2 AI guys. He's like, I won the championship. Bought myself this badass trophy too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the best.
Well, I don't know if anybody saw, but for comparison, Ed's Cyber 500 trophy that he won last year was this big, because I didn't realize. I bought it off of Etsy, right? And there was no scale. Ed posted a picture of it, and it's yay big. He puts it on the counter. I'm like, whoa, that's really tiny.
Didn't you say that thing was expensive too, wasn't it?
It was, so here's the fun fact. I don't want to bloat your head because Savage Edge Gaming did our
Graphics.
Savage Edge Graphics did our Cyber 500 trophy
Gaming's
for
the
this,
gaming site.
and it was actually more expensive than what you charge. But I think you also kind of gave us a friends and family help there.
Oh yeah. Plus,
Trophies are very
I found it
expensive.
on sale on Amazon too.
There you go. Look at the discounted clearance section. When it's
Yeah.
still new, it's
Buff out the
Uh,
scratches.
I'll tell you the story about that. So I was talking with Tommy, asked if we'd sponsor it. I'm like, yeah, I'll do a trophy for you. So I started looking at trophies, and there's this one that said, used like new. I'm like, how do you have a used like new trophy? So I'm like, it was like a
What's
quarter
add
of
to
the,
cart?
yeah, it was a quarter of the price. I said to Tom, I'm like, I'm just gonna buy this thing to see if to see what it's all about. And yeah, it was, the box was a little beat up that it came in, but the thing was in mint condition. I don't know how it was
So-
used.
Maybe they scratched it off. I don't know.
No, I looked that thing
They
over.
probably got it, opened it,
Yeah.
never actually did
So
anything.
don't
with
let
it,
Ed-
put it in the box
Yeah.
and sent it back.
Don't let Ed start talking shit to everybody. He got a used but new trophy.
Ed gets hand-me-downs around here. You win two 500s in a row. Next year, if he wins 3 in a row, maybe we'll consider putting a new.
Oh,
one
we're
in the
just
budget
writing
for-
on some cardboard and sending it
Yeah.
to him.
Winner.
Yeah.
The backwards bar.
If I ever win, you better give me a new one.
Well, Dave, you bring a unique perspective into cyber, because you've played you've had your hand in almost every single pot that's around here, right? So, once upon a time, I heard that you ran Oscar and were involved in that, and we were talking a couple of seasons ago because you started racing here 6 years ago, back in 2019. You're one of our longest running drivers with 403 starts.
How many wins?
Well, I didn't put the wins stat on there, but you do have 5 top 3s, 22 top 5s, and 96 top 10s. So I thought I was doing you a
Hey,
favor.
that's not bad. I'm better than I thought.
Over 37,000 laps run, but there was a time, once upon a time, that I came to you and I said, Dave, I want somebody that can kind of build a series and make some sense and kind of bring real world life into it. So how did you kind of merge over Oscar into your time as a division director when you were running was it the Rising Stars series at the time, or what was it?
Yeah, it was the Wednesday night series with the Xfinity cars, the Rising Stars, I think it was called. But there was a lot of good guys and a lot of experience in there. So, what did I bring over? I just brought over that kind of how I talk to the guys, like, at the drivers' meeting and stuff, and try to point out where the trouble spots might be on the track, and how important it is to race clean and stuff. And I brought into the chase format that elimination thing that you always wanted to do, and I decided that it might be a good time to give it a try. And I thought everybody enjoyed it. Actually, I thought it kind of proved kind of exciting actually during the night. Guys had to really mind their P's and Q's, make sure they didn't wreck and stuff, and still race hard to beat the other guys. So, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't want to do it anymore. That 1 year was enough. Back when I first got online racing, way back in 2005, 2006, I had a league we were racing NASCAR sim racing. I don't even know if you guys know what that is, but that's when I first started. And I had a league back there, racing late models where we did heat races and a feature and inverts and blah, 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 like a normal Saturday night racing. And I would be getting like 40 guys out to race on a night. And I did that for about 4 or 5 years, and it turned into a full-time job. Like, as you know, it's not just a one-night thing. So you do a great job. I've done my time. I enjoy now just showing up on race night and racing. But I'm always there to offer advice or sounding board if anybody has any problems or questions or anything.
Well, good. I'll send them all your way. So, fun fact, Corey and Amanda, I don't know if you guys know this, but Dave is the sole reason that an unclaimed caution is now last place finishing result. It used to be back before Dave smacked some sense into me. It used to be just like last car on the lap, whatever, right?
Oh, I
But
feel
lap.
that.
The lap, yeah.
Yeah, or one lap down,
Whatever.
2 laps down, whatever lap
Yes.
they were on.
Yeah.
But a lot of times what would happen is somebody would finish 3 laps down, they were the only car on that lap, and their finishing position wouldn't change. So Dave was like, well, why don't you do this? And I'm like, well, why don't we do that? And then we started doing it, and everybody got upset. But people started claiming cautions and, having more penalties for that.
Yeah, I forgot I instituted that, actually. I just thought it would clean up, having to go to all these reviews and stuff at the end of the night,
Well.
because that review committee never works out well for me, but, it's better just to claim it.
Well, I know Amanda has touched on it before. Corey, have you ever admin run in a league like that?
He doesn't.
What?
You don't even want to know. How did your relationship end when you were an admin of another league once? Had a lot to do with alcohol.
Yeah. I was an admin once, but the guy basically he wanted the admins to vote how he wanted them to vote type thing. He was the owner, so had a little push against that, and there's
14 beers.
Yeah, there was this team that everybody wanted out, and he just coddled them, and I said my mind one night.
And then he became a racer.
Yeah, then I became a driver again.
You got
Probably for the
promoted to
best.
driver.
It was for the best, though. He maintained a normal friendship and everything with the other admins. I got suckered into staying into the admin group, even though I agreed with him. Did it a little more politically correct. Just stood my ground, a little sober, but
Yeah, I just like doing stuff like this for leagues, like doing shows and stuff. I don't want any responsibility about anything.
I did like that part of being an admin. Like there was 4 or 5, I think it was Tanner, Rick Thompson, Aaron Backover, Dalton, and somebody else. And there was good cops, and then there was bad cop. And I would jump in and lecture people and tell them essentially they were retarded, stop driving like dickheads, and shape it up. So that was probably the only fun part of being an admin, was getting to yell at people and tell them to knock it off.
Well, that's one of the difficult things around here. And I think when we had, like Dave was here when we had a larger admin team, right? And for the most part, we got along. There were some visual differences, right? I saw it one way, they saw it another. That's kind of what is difficult and also easy, right, about kind of doing a one-man show. In terms of handling stuff yourself, right? Because you need to play both sides of the fence, right, between good and bad. And there's been a lot of mistakes made over the past however long, but we're getting better at it.
No, I think you're doing good, and
Yeah.
there's also like the little things you do. Like I know you go around and like get different opinions on different things. Oh, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And you go to a bunch of people and ask their opinion. So it's not like you're just like, oh, this is where you take people's opinions in, and then basically grow off those and find out different fun stuff for it.
I think
Yeah,
you do
and
a great
usually
job.
the conclusion or the end result is a combination and a culmination, or at least I try to make it that way, of everybody's thought process in there. Dave, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
You're very transparent with it too, which a lot of people are not with their admin teams, or whether they're a solo admin. Like you pretty much put everything out there. And one of my favorite things about the way you run it is the drivers meeting. Like that is, I like that you're forced to be in it. And we've been in some where they rush it really fast while everybody's gritting up and nobody's listening. Everybody's talking to each other. In their own
my
Discord.
fucking my crew chief and my thing, they talk for like 2 minutes in my ear while people are talking. And then you got people talking in Discord. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now.
Yeah, so the drivers meeting is a really good touch, I think, from, I was only in 2 or 3 other leagues outside of this, but I think that's the best thing in your league that I didn't see in the other ones.
Well, so fun fact, are we still streaming? I hate nothing more on race day than that 5-minute driver's meeting. But I know how important it is because, for most of the drivers, that's the 5 to 7 minute window that you're going to have all week long where you have everybody's attention.
Yep.
You could post and you could tag at Cyberdriver 300 times, but you have about a 5 to 7 minute window to get what you need across at 7:50, and that's why I get annoyed. We're gonna go off the rails here, and that's why I get annoyed if like I'm like, all right, 7:50. There's been people in the past that just didn't come into a driver's meeting because they were like, oh, just give me an EOL. Like, no, that's not what it's for. If you miss the driver's meeting, it's because you're having to restart your computer. It's because you have to take your dog outside. It's because you have something that prevents you from doing it. Not just give me an EOL. If you want an EOL, start from pit road or just ask me before the start of the race, right? But that 5 to 7 minute window is so important because that's where we can get all the information across.
I only listened for 3 minutes, so I've heard it just for 6 years now. You're not going to say nothing new that I haven't heard.
Balance my headset while I go pee. No, like if Tom say anything directly to me, he's like, I don't know. You'll find out. I'm like, damn it.
I got a tape recorded. I don't know what he's going to say.
Well, Dave, kind of elephant in the room here, right? You just made your return to Cyber last week. Had some things go on a couple of months ago. Back into sim racing. As much as you're willing and comfortable able to discuss, how are you feeling? How are you adapting into sim racing, and kind of lead the conversation from there?
I'm feeling really good, actually. For those that don't know, I had a heart attack when I was in Florida on February the 8th. I went into cardiac arrest, actually, at Volusia Speedway at the World of Outlaws show. From what I've been told, the national anthem came on, everybody stood up, and I fell down. And so and I was in the hospital down there for 9 days. I was actually, the EMTs were right there because the World of Outlaws requires EMTs to be on site. Plus, they have their own EMTs. And I was actually gone for 7 minutes before they were able to revive me. And I was in the hospital down in Florida for 9 days before they flew me home here to Ontario. And I was in the hospital until April the 4th, I believe. I now got a pacemaker with a defibrillator. So if my heart goes into weird beats again, I'll get an electric shock. It's supposed to shock you back into normal rhythm, just like you would if they put the paddles on you or something. When I did fall, I fell on my left side in the grandstands, and I have nerve damage, sciatic nerve damage on my left side. So I got no control of my left foot is numb right now. It will eventually heal itself. The sciatic nerve heals itself we call it 1 millimeter. It's not very much a month. So being a tall guy, it's going to take 2 or 3 years for mine to fully heal. So my first race back, I missed racing big time. I was watching it in the hospital on Tuesday nights on the TV. I figured out how to get the internet going and the YouTube and stuff on the shitty TVs that the hospital has. And I was watching it. I might have fell asleep during some of them. They gave me pills to put me to sleep. I might not have seen the end of all the races, but I didn't see the Daytona 500. I heard about what you did for me. I want to say thank you, Tom, and everybody for recognizing me. It did mean a lot to me when I heard about what you guys did and the donations and stuff. I thank you guys, everybody, for helping out. It went towards a paying for my brace that I have to wear now on my left foot. So it did come in handy, and it's definitely helping with my recovery. Last week, my first race back, I was very nervous. I hadn't been on iRacing for 4 months. So I was on the day before just to make sure everything worked. I did a 2-hour down update to get everything updated.
I wasn't sure if you were joking that it took 2 hours.
No, it was a big update I had to do. And the biggest thing is getting used to racing with braking with 1 foot. I'll blame that for taking Corey out last week. That was
Hey,
I
you
might
got
have
an
hit the
excuse.
gas instead of the brake by accident or something. He was crowding me though. He should have known to stay away from them. I'm going to put a handicap sticker on the back of my truck next
Oh,
week,
you
so
definitely have to.
so everybody stay away from me. So, but I really enjoyed getting back to it. I did miss everybody. I've made a lot of friends on racing throughout the years, like Steve Muzak that races with us. I've known him since 2005. Jason Dinsmore, I've known him for 30 years and stuff. And Mackenzie Milwain and Ethan, I know their dad for 25 years and stuff. So yeah, and you guys, I've made like lifelong friends. I've met Tom once, but it's like having a best friend out there in Pennsylvania, someplace wherever he lives, and checking in on me and stuff. And Corey and Amanda, everybody. It was kind of overwhelming to come back. I really probably wasn't in my right mind to be racing, but I thought Pocono would be a good track. It's big and wide and stuff, but I really enjoyed being back, and I did miss it a great deal.
And you got Corey all in one
Yeah.
shot, so
Good
it's
to see
all
the
great.
one-on-one back.
Yeah, well, you told me I got a free caution before the race started, so I took it out on Corey. Yeah, just so we could discuss it tonight.
Well, we were. I don't know if I ever told Corey and Amanda this. I know I definitely didn't tell you, Dave, but there was like 2 or 3 people. I know I spoke to Eric. I know I spoke to probably Greg, and I think that might have been it. But there was talks and contemplations of use the word canceling or postponing the Cyber 500 because of your situation, and things were very moment by moment, and in some sort of way things just didn't feel right to continue as they were. And I took some old man advice from Eric, and I took some middle-aged man advice from Greg, and we made the, ultimately it came down to me, right? But I say we because they kind of pushed me in the direction of where to go. But there was talks about not running the 500 this year.
Well, like anytime something happens in real life, the show must go on. So I'm glad that you guys did continue it. It's important to everybody. I'm just one person in the field of 40. But what you guys did on lap 101, I heard was very special. I heard there was a caution on that lap, so I thought it was very fitting.
They can't stop from fucking wrecking Dave.
I thought it was very fitting. So at least I wasn't involved, or I didn't start it. I don't think so. But I appreciate that. It's. I know you were very concerned. Everybody was very concerned, and I appreciate that as well on a personal level.
No, of course. Well, I'm glad that you're back. I know that everybody else is glad that you're back as well. Seeing that 101 back out on the track, I said, "Oh, I'll stay away from him." But I'm glad.
Oh,
he's
it's
back,
scary as
so.
fuck, Tom. I ain't gonna lie.
Well,
I don't know. I finished. You were gone.
I
I don't know
know
how
you.
Well, I'm glad you came on here tonight because we race around each other a lot, and I own the fact that I'm middle to back of the pack driver. I'm fine with that. I'd love to be able to win and be up front, but I race around you a lot, and I didn't really we've chatted maybe on Racecom a little bit here. Oh, good pass, whatever, but to actually be able to sit and get to know you and stuff a little more is nice.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the first time we raced together was in the Rising Star series before, when it still existed back in the Xfinity days. And you don't see a lot of women on here racing. I think there was another woman that used to race here that was really good. I forget what her name was. Lilith, yeah, from Fraser. That's right too. That's the way I always associate her from.
Fraser?
But Fraser.
like I've never seen Frasier, so.
Oh, I
Terrible
forgot.
show.
You're
That was
young.
before
You're young. I forgot.
Terrible
for-
show.
I
You don't
forgot.
watch it.
But anyway, I've got, like you said, we race together really well actually, and I'm not nervous around you. Hopefully, you're not nervous around me. But
That's because
You
I'm
know.
the safe Sherman. Everybody says
yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. You get a lot of coverage on the broadcast, so he's always talking about you. So that's why I like
Now that he
racing
knows
about
that I'm
you.
a female as well, it took him about half the damn season. And then he thought I was Corey's sister or cousin for a while.
Well, you never know where you live. You could be. I don't know if it's.
Well, Dave, we're glad you're back. You ran your first race at Pocono this past week, so Pocono was a fun race.
That's an
I'm
awful
sure
track.
it was.
Stage 1, we'll run through the sequence of events here before
Before we get to the grand finale.
yeah, before we get the grand finale here. Stage 1, well, let's start here. Pocono was scheduled for 90 laps, saw 11 contact cautions for 21 laps. Cody Heinzman wins stage number 1. Greg Mitchell second place. Corey Sherman picked up some stage points after starting 5th. Don't get excited because that's the last time you'll hear Corey.
That's last time we're talking
I
about
don't feel so bad reckoning now. You got some bonus points. You got some points now. And
It
make
was
up for
inevitable.
Ed Jurgen finishes 4th in stage 1. Gary Bowman. Gary's always up there every time we talk about it. Cody Gibson, Lee Campbell, Rick Thompson, Philip Van Vliet, and Matthew Semple rounds out your top 10 for stage number 1, which was what, 22 laps? 23?
25
It was close on
and
fuel.
50, I thought. 24 and 50?
Yeah, I ran out of gas.
Oh,
Corey, had to
Whatever
push
it
me.
was close.
Oh yeah, it was super close
I had
on
Point
fuel.
4 when I was saving well. I had 0.4, I think, when I pulled in the pits.
Did you make it? You said you ran out, Dave?
Yeah, I ran out. I never even thought to look at my gas gauge. That was a total brain fart. I figured, oh, he's not gonna be that dumb. Make it that close. He must be fine. then I ran out, and Corey had to push me 3/4 of the way around the track. So
Oh, I remember you saying that. I'm pushing Dave.
Oh, is
No,
that what
Cody
that was
did.
about?
yeah, he was pushing me because I ran out of gas
Yeah,
under.
Cody did.
Yeah, before we got to the pits. Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't realize that that's what that was about. So stage 1 completes. We ran stage 1 caution free, and then
Where did I finish? 20th.
well, stage 1 is
He only has the top 10, Dave.
you were 11th. You were 11th for all everybody knows here. You were 11th.
Awesome. I did better than I thought.
Stage number 2, Cody Heinzman wins stage number 2. Cody had a heck of a battle with Joe Hudson with 2, 3, 4 laps to go in stage number 2. Ultimately, they got together. We'll see that a couple of times on the replay. But Cody Heinzman sweeps the stages. Cody Gibson gets second. Joe Hudson gets third because we freeze the field at the time in the frame of the caution. Greg Mitchell finishes 4th in stage number 2. I got 5th. Andrew Caldwell, Ed Jurgen, Gary Bowman, Lee Campbell, and Eric Anderson is the round out of the top 10 for stage number 2 after 50 laps.
No, good for Eric.
And then stage number 3, this is kind of when everything kind of flipped on its head over here. Finishing results from Pocono. 34 gets back into victory lanes. So
Boo, boo.
I had a great battle with Cody at the end. Had some big time help from Greg. Top 3 was Tom Rector, Cody Heinzman, and Greg Mitchell was the top 3.
I
Congratulations.
can still see your head
Tommy.
swelling.
Yeah.
Your head's just swelling as we sit here and look.
He's not wearing a Pocono hat. I
Yeah.
wear Pocono.
His mom's there patting him on the back. Good boy, son.
That was pretty. How you just said that she was screaming downstairs. How crazy did your mom get that she was downstairs watching you win?
So it was funny because like as soon as we finished, because like Joe's got like a 2-minute delay on the stream, right? So I'm coming across, I'm over here, I'm going around, Cody's hitting me under the checkered flag or whatever, and my phone's beeping, and so I finally park, I do one of these, and I'm kind of like trying to listen, and she's screaming, Lucas is barking. She got a picture of Lucas like staring at the TV and jumping with his paws up,
Oh,
because he got all excited. So
She does
No,
know
it
the
was
game,
fun.
though, right?
she does, yeah.
Okay, I'm just joking with you. It was good to see you win.
These are
But-
saying she knows it's a game, right?
you just win 20 grand?
That's my boy. I'm Ryan Blaney.
This is the last time Dave's ever gonna be on the show.
Oh, Dave's coming out every week.
I got nothing to do Monday nights.
Perfect. All right, Tom, we need a fourth.
Yeah, just move the Tuesday Night Thunder logo down there. We'll
That's
just
what
get
it's
Dave
there
on
for.
here
It's just a placeholder.
Well, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. We need a fourth each week. Got it. Anyway.
We'll get your mother.
So,
I see your
So-
dog walking in
Rotate
your
moms
background
in
there
the
once in a
group.
while. Yeah, true.
so 90 laps done and away at Pocono. That changes the wild card, the standings, and the boopers, Mr. Sherman.
Yeah. Oh, you want to look at those?
Yeah, like a look.
By the way, you still owe me 3 provisionals when I was sick.
I don't know
Alright.
you shit. You only get 2 for the entire. How is it 3?
I thought it was 3. I voted for 3.
It used to be 3. We do 2 now.
Okay, I'll take the 2. I don't want them at the start of the season when you had full fields either. I want them now when I'm gonna get 20 points. When there's more points involved.
He's like, give me one for Watkins Glen.
Yeah, and Sears Point or whatever the hell you raced or whatever it was that was all foggy.
All right.
What was
you're
up with that?
still-
Why was Bristol all foggy?
Bristol.
Yeah, I was watching the broadcast. It was like I needed fog lights to see
Oh
what
yeah,
the
that's
hell's
when
going on.
Cody's fucking truck started hooking up. Was when the fog came in.
Like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah,
I don't remember Bristol being foggy. I remember us having to switch
you weren't
servers.
even there because your internet
Oh,
went
no.
out or something.
Oh no, that was Canadian then.
No, somebody else said it was foggy
Bristol
too.
was. Yeah, Bristol was too. Because I think Matt said the thing is like, what, they bring the weather from Canada over here?
Yeah, because Mosport, you had fog too. Fog was
So-
going on.
So it is pronounced Moss. How is it M-O, but it's Ma?
Moss. It's like moss, like dirt.
Oh, like
the stuff.
moss? Like
yeah, the stuff that
Mosport?
Yeah, the stuff that grows in the ground, right? Moss. Remind
So
you, you're
it's a-
lost. I can
so
tell you.
the
Look in your eye.
Moss Port?
Mossport, it's called. Yes.
So it's not Mosport, it's Mossport.
Moss Port.
Mossport. Actually, it's Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. If you want the,
Well,
That
real
doesn't
we
name
make
know
now.
that.
sense.
but it's Mossport. Yeah.
Oh. You learn something new every day.
Oh, Dave, have you
it's
ever
like-
had a Puppers?
From Leonard Kenny. No,
No.
I don't think that's a real beer. Actually,
Yeah, it is.
I think-
I've had one.
is it?
Not
I thought
very
it was just
good.
something on the show. Actually, we're not all like Leonard Kenny. Trust me. Not all that.
Why not? They're
Yeah, I
awesome.
love Leonard.
Well, it is funny, but I wouldn't
want
want
in chat.
go to
Oh,
that
Rick-
one.
Rick is correcting us.
Mossport. But it means
Is Mossport.
motorsport in Canadian.
I always thought
Yeah.
it was Mosport.
Is Rick Canadian?
No. He's from he's moving to Utah now,
Utah.
but he wasn't
Was
in
he
the Carolinas.
Yeah,
All right, let's look at the
Carolinas.
standings real quick.
Is Utah even a state?
Yeah, kinda. Big.
Oh, look at that, Corey. You're still top 10. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there for right now.
We'll see you after this week.
Wow.
It's Darlington, so it's going to be even worse. I got
Oh
to
my
use the
God.
break there.
All right, so here we go. Here is your standings after Pocono. Cody Heinzman still in first with 6 wins. Greg Mitchell second, still with 2 wins. Third place,
Oh,
Tom Richter, 1 win. And you know how not big Tom's head is that I sent the standings in the Thunderstruck Discord channel. He's like, "Why did you put me in third?" I'm like, "Cause you got to win, silly." He's like, "I know. I just want to hear you say it." I was like, "You asshole."
Yeah. He doesn't have much glory in his life. You got to give him something. He only wins every 2 years, and it's his league. So
Wow.
Oh. Dustin Ping in fourth. Caldwell comes home fifth. Cody Gibson
I know him.
sixth. Semple seventh. Gary Bowman eighth. Ed Yerga ninth. Corey Sherman 10th. Lee Campbell 11th. Larry Bell 12th. And right below the cut by a decent amount, a little less than 30. Mackenzie Milwain and Mike Stuyvesant.
So who changed up here, Corey? Because obviously
There's a
with
lot
me
of
jump-
changes.
Yeah.
Because I dropped,
to start-
I
start,
think
like,
I dropped
color
from
coordinating
7th to 10th, and then I think
think Dakota was just below
Ed
the
stayed
cut,
the
wasn't
same.
he?
I remember Ed stayed the same, and Gary might have dropped. Semple went up. I'm not sure, but it's really close. I mean, look at that. Cody Gibson, 396. Semple, 394.
Right.
Bowman, 391. Ed's 387.
And when you're talking, you can get 20 points just in, right. You can finish dead last in the field, get 1 point, and still get 21 points because of the stage, just the way that it comes out. So, a 40-point swing here is not very big when you look kind of from Lee Campbell all the way up to Cody Gibson up there from 6th to 11th. That's kind of the area to watch between now and the next 4 races or whatever in the regular season.
Can you imagine if I won with 29 points? That'd be funny as shit.
Hey, Talladaga's the cutoff race, Dave.
Yeah, we're
So-
going all
That
out,
one.
Dave. All out.
I told everybody, I said, listen, if Dave wins a race between now and the playoffs, I am overriding the rule book, I am throwing it out, and I am putting Dave Gainforth in the playoffs if he wins. So, off the record, I don't actually mean that. On the record, or vice versa, I do. So, don't win.
Gee, I'll try.
I'll try not to.
See what I can do.
All right. Wild card didn't really change too much, except
What do you-
Tom got out of there.
Well, Mackenzie fell outside the top 12. So it
Oh,
used
yeah.
to be Mike was chasing Burnett, and now Mike is, granted, we do take the top 2, remember, right? So the battle is now kind of between Mike and Joe for the second wild card position here.
Yeah. and Joe Hudson's not too far back either. Like you said, one stage win or 2 stage
Yep.
wins could put him right to the top of that.
Yep. Where's Rick on here? Rick's hanging out in our channel tonight. Amanda, what's Rick's chances mathematically? We need statistics here. What are Rick's chances of earning a wild card spot over the next 5
If he races without a caused caution, as he's kind of trying to get to in chat, he doesn't have a caused caution and have to park. I don't think I've ever been in a league where Rick didn't make a championship playoff run.
They missed a bunch of races too.
They missed a bunch of races, but Rick's usually always in like the top half of a championship run. But yeah, Rick, you've got to
Yeah,
not
what's
cause
my
a caution. So it's that fine line of racing hard but racing cautious, and kind of the, again, like I said a bunch last week, track awareness and who you're near and who's probably gonna end up fucking up around you and causing you to cause a caution. So,
You can just say my name. It's okay.
no, not you. Like there's a couple that I watch Rick get near them. Like, oh, Rick, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, so, but he's damn talented, and he's helped me a lot in my short career in iRacing, and I've always been very comfortable racing Rick really hard. We kind of mess with each other on the track a little bit too, the way Tom and I do. Like, he'll come up and give me a shot, and I'll get side by side with him, but sometimes Rick pushes it a little hard and self spins where he doesn't need to. I said it, Rick.
Let's go on the record here. Corey, you get first pick. Who are the 2 wild cards that get? And obviously this is going to change week to week, but you got to pick 2 people to put in the playoffs tonight based on wild cards. Who
Ooh.
you picking?
Based on the wild man.
Remember, people can fall out, and Burnett
Rick.
can still go back into it, right? So give us 2.
Oh yeah, what Burnett leave?
He's outside the top 25 now.
Oh. Forgot
Oh.
about that little rule. Let's see. I like Stuyvesant. Man, I don't know. Joe Hudson's shown some speed and a couple stage wins, or up there in stages. he could move right up there. Mackenzie's usually up close to the stage. Man, I think I'm gonna go with Stuyvesant and Hudson.
Amanda.
I already knew I wanted to go Mike. Looking through, I don't know everybody on there. I also know some of the people's attitudes and the problems that they cause. But what I do know after being on the show recently, I think Eric's on a mission to race a little harder, but he's also safe and cautious at the same time. I'm gonna roll with Eric.
Oh, I was already thinking Eric's.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Eric because I think he's gonna collect some stage points and some good finishes, and I think he's gonna kind of skyrocket up there over the next few races. So Mike and Eric.
Yeah, because Eric's 13th in points. This says.
Yeah, I mean he's close, so he could very well point his way in.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna do that.
Dave, what you got? Who's your 2 wild cards that advance based on wild card criteria?
Out of this list that's on the screen right now?
Yeah. Well, remember there's a whole lot of parts to it, right? But yeah.
I think Eric will. I like Eric. I'm not sure. Joe Hudson, what number is he?
49.
40.
Oh, he's a Tampax car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll step on a string and screw up. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll need
Sounds like that.
he'll need one with wings on to get in there.
Yuck.
I'm gonna pick Mackenzie. I know Mackenzie. He's building me a new computer. Well, he doesn't know that yet, but he's going to. So I'm gonna pick him and Eric, I think, or Mike too. Mike's been around a long time. He knows how to point his way into. He has a lot of bad luck though in that Home Depot car.
So I'm gonna go on the 1,000-to-1 long shot here because it worked last week for Eric. I'm gonna say that Tanner over the next couple of races, Kansas, Michigan, Chicago, Talladega. I think those are 4 and also Darlington. I think those are 4 or 5 very good tracks that Tanner can get up there and start actually getting some stage points. So throw me in the 1,000-to-1 hole, but I'm gonna pick Tanner as one of my wild cards
That
to
is
get
a
in.
fucking wild card if I've ever heard.
It is, but I see Tanner in the next 5 races: Darlington, Kansas, Michigan, Chicago, Talladega. Like all 5 of those fit
He's still
Tanner.
on a one in park, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I
But
don't think
what
I've
number
ever
is he?
seen as many DNFs
Tanner
amongst
Core.
any other race car drivers ever than Tanner.
And then my second one is going to be Mike because of all the names that have been on that wildcard tracker all season long, Mike has seemed to be like the most consistent, like always in the mix of it.
Nobody picked you, Amanda. Why?
I know.
She doesn't like stage
It-
points.
Amanda has 2 more wildcard points than Tanner does, and I was like, yep, I'm going with Tanner.
Yeah, and what was the position difference between me and Tanner? I don't even
2
know.
points. Oh, that's
No, the
Jamie.
actual
Yeah.
position. I'm
Well, if he's
15th
1,000-to-1,
to
you must be
22nd.
999-to-1.
So
I got
Probably
some
a-
tracks
a
coming up
super
that I
long
really
shot.
like. I like some of these tracks.
What's tomorrow night, Darlington?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Rick leveled up to
Ooh,
level
Rick
1.
Thompson, level
We
1.
need the sound effects. Vroom, 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 vroom,
Yeah,
vroom.
we don't have any sound effects. I'll have to put those in.
Gotta get a little car that races across
Yeah.
the screen.
Level 1.
What a cheap show this is. No sound effects. Huh?
We are the sound effects.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, Dave.
Cool. So, well,
When do people phone in? I
Oh,
was
you
waiting for my
want to see
phone
the
ring.
boopers?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot we had the boopers.
Yeah, we got the boopers. Top 10 boopers.
There's a tie for
Oh.
almost everything on here.
Casey and clear
Yeah.
my pit road entrance flags. Oh, like, stop doing that.
Wow, they're all on one in park.
Yeah.
segment.
Oh, there's more. We just did the top 10, but there's like
I was gonna say
5 more.
that's 10
one in parks.
positions tomorrow night for me right there. I just gotta hang out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's at least I think at least 3 or 4 to 5 maybe one in parks.
Yeah, you literally just have to kind of play it safe the first half, and most of them will be gone.
Yeah. Well, Joe will step on his string again, and Corey's on that list. He'll be gone.
Oh,
I'll get him.
I'm climbing the leaderboard.
Steven,
I'm going for a
Fred,
championship.
Casey.
My friend Steven, he has terrible luck. He'll be gone.
Yep.
Chris D. Rose, well, that's just Chris D. Rose.
I love Chris. Don't pick on Chris.
I'm not picking on him. I'm just saying go with the odds.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Hey,
that's-
and when I sat there and watching, he's in a lot of wrecks a lot of time. No offense, Chris. I don't know you, but I'm sure you're a lovely man.
Oh my goodness. So
I'm gonna get run over with a 24 tomorrow night. I can already see it.
guy thinks he's Jeff Gordon. Never a better.
Do you remember that?
Was he the
I
23
did
now?
not remember that.
Oh, that was so funny.
I need to find. I don't have the replay anymore, but I need.
Tell us the
Was
story,
Cor-
Tom.
was
A lot of
Corey
people don't
there?
know.
It was me. I opened my mouth. It was during the cup race, I think, wasn't it? And I thought I was talking to my group chat in Discord. I hit the wrong button, and I was on the game chat, and
all teams.
all teams, and then there was a guy I didn't care for, and I just thought he was arrogant. And so I was telling everybody, well, I don't like him. He thinks he's Jeff Gordon out here. Well, it got broadcasted to everybody, right? Even him. So next week he's changed his profile pic on Discord to Jeff Gordon car and all this. And I'm trying to apologize and be nice about it, and he's just being a dick about it, I thought. But, you know,
You wrecked
it
him?
was true. I couldn't wreck him. He was always too fast. He was like one of these guys that won every week.
You gotta block him when he's trying to lap you.
Yeah, for the 5th time. Like, I don't know. He
I'll
was,
get you one of these times, bitch.
If it makes you
Yeah,
feel better,
exactly.
I've done that like 3 times. I did it once in an admin meeting about another admin, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, yeah.
and I forget. Somebody came on. Dave, you realize you are talking on all. I'm like, oh shit. Oh well, it's too late now. I don't care. Fuck, he's in the U.S. I'm in Canada. We ain't gonna see each other.
What are you
So.
gonna do?
Yeah. Beat me up
You ain't
over
got a
video
passport. You
game.
ain't coming over here.
Rick, you
He's
know,
not here anymore.
Rick, you
He's
were
not
an
here
admin
anymore
then.
anyway.
It was Brad. I thought you were an admin then. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe it was
who,
a year
me?
before you. Talking to Rick Thompson in chat, and there was a whole
Oh.
admin thing, and where I thought I was I thought I was leaning over telling Corey what I thought was a funny, sarcastic thing about one of the shitheads in our admin thing, but I was on voice activity and it was down, and they're like, "What'd you say?" And I'm like, "Ah, balls." I'm like, "All right, yeah, I said it."
You got truth hurts sometimes, right?
Yeah, the guy was a dickhead.
This guy thought he was Jeff Gordon.
So now that's kind of become like a little running thing between Dave and I, because for like a month after, it was like, Tom, I'm so sorry.
I really wasn't. I was just trying to be nice. I didn't really give it. To be honest, I didn't give a flying shit.
So talking. Holy smokes! Talking. Talking.
That jersey just
Talking's
came out.
hard.
You guys ain't helping. Talking topic of the evening. So, winless streaks. Want to talk a little bit about winless streaks. So I have prepared some stat ducks. I see a hand going up over there.
Oh, there's your duck.
See
There's a
some. Yeah,
ducky.
there's our stat duck. He's back.
Aw.
No,
He'll be back in a few minutes.
that's one thing you got. What a sound! You need a quacking sound to go
We
with the
need the
picture.
sound effects.
Oh my god.
You do.
Okay, I'll bring sound effects for next time.
There it is. Do you know a duck's ass is watertight, or else it would sink?
I'm
Did you ever
gonna
think
use
about
this-
that?
I don't know which one's gonna be first time. Does it
Yeah,
matter?
whichever.
an
Just
order?
bring up. Yeah, it don't matter.
Oh, this one.
So I did it 2 different ways. So I did winless streaks with wins, right? So everybody on this list has a win. winless streak greater than or equal to 20 races. So from this list in here, I mean, you
They
look
got
at Brian
9
Dorsey, you
wins.
look at Andrew Caldwell, Ed Jurgen, like,
That's nothing.
well, we'll see you on the next one, Dave.
Yeah.
I'll be on the continued page.
Who's the next? Then Rick, feel free to chime in, and whoever else is out in our YouTube chat box. Who's the next to break a winless streak from this list here?
Corey Sherman.
I have a question. Where did Amanda win?
Talladega.
Wow.
Rising Stars. There was like 6 of us.
I didn't need to tell him how many I beat you and Cody. Fuck you guys. You were in the race. There's some
probably
fast
came
guys in
second.
that race. Still win.
Yeah.
That's true. Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I think Cody let off and turned 4 for me. No, I think he pushed me so I could beat you or Philip. I forget what it was, but
Yeah, I think my picks are myself, Semple, Stuyvesant.
I'm gonna pick half of it.
You picking? I was gonna
No,
Please, pick
I'm just
one.
saying who I think scoring 2. I want to see Eric win. Eric's gonna go nuts if he wins.
Oh my god.
He wants to put bombs on the track. I heard.
No, wasn't that Greg?
No, that's
That
Eric.
was Eric.
That
Was it Eric that wanted to put blue shells on the track?
Yeah, Philip. I am winning, Rick.
Oh, Philip.
I love Talladega, so that's my last chance, and I love it, and I'm gonna go all out.
I think out of this list, I'm the next one. You're Simple.
I
What
mean,
are the
hey,
next few tracks?
So
Darlington?
we're racing at Darlington tomorrow night. After Darlington, we have Kansas.
I won
After
there.
Kansas, Michigan, Chicagoland, and Talladega. That's our 5 races to the chase here.
He's just saying next one to win this.
Yeah, but I was
There's a
looking
way.
to
Yeah,
see what are your
Not
tracks coming up.
Darlington, but next one.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
whatever.
but like what's coming up that like from what I know about the people's driving styles, I'm gonna go with Gary. Oh, Daisy, baby, what'd you do? Come on, I'm gonna go with Gary because I feel like he's.
I don't see a Daisy on the list. Where the hell are you
Yeah.
looking?
I know, come on, she just half-assed tried to jump up. Scared now?
Who you got, Dave?
Yeah, who you got, David?
Well, I think Andrew's going to win tomorrow night. Actually, he's very good at Darlington. And
One of his 2 wins is at Darlington.
I know that, and he's a friend of mine. I'm a friend of his parents. And Corey, Gary. I'll put 1,000 on Amanda at 1,001 at Darlington.
Okay.
I don't mind
Makes-
Darlington.
We should have a betting site, like one of those betting DraftKings or whatever.
Cyber King.
You
Oh,
bet
we
365 or whatever for cyber racing. That'd be kind of cool.
I'll see what I can find.
Yeah, Rick's gonna push me to the win. I love drafting with Rick too.
I'll push
My-
you to the win. What the hell?
Aw.
My
Can you
pick out
imagine
of,
if you and I came first and second?
Aw.
Fucking
My pick
world
out
would
of
come to an
here-
end.
my pick out of here is Eric. Eric, as much as I love Mike, right? Mike is my teammate, right? But Eric has really stepped it up the past 2 or 3 weeks. I think he's lit one of his ass hairs on fire and is making a run towards the playoffs, and he's
I
going to
hate
do
it when
it
that
big.
happens. He'll need my nitro spray if he wins.
Oh my god. 0 wins. Drivers looking
There
for
we
their
go.
first. So this is a little bit of a
Woohoo.
different list.
Jesus, I got this one locked up.
I'm
They're fucking 200 races behind me.
a winner.
Woohoo.
So this is a list of drivers looking to of 20 or more races, looking to win their first race. Who from this list, aside from the last list, gets their first win?
There's a lot of
first.
surprising names on this.
Steve Burnett must have
Like
won a
Dave
race.
Danforth.
I'm going. I mean, Ping's got to win at some point, right?
Philip, I made a list.
Yeah, Philip.
And it's not the caution tracker list.
3 of the top 4 are my
I'm
teammates.
going. Yeah, I'm going Dustin.
where we all
Ping.
suck.
I'm surprised he hasn't won yet.
Who, Dustin?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Rick because he's already knowing he's gonna pay attention and not cause a caution, and I know Rick is fast and he's very capable at any of these upcoming tracks to win, and he's got the skill level. I'm gonna go with Rick.
Well, now that I know this list, I'm gonna wreck Rick if I'm behind him, so he doesn't win.
I should pick Chris D. Rose to make him feel good, so I don't. He
He
doesn't wreck me tomorrow night. So I'll pick Chris. Steve Burnett too. Steve Burnett's gonna win if he races again.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking of Talladega coming up, right? And that's not to diminish anybody's efforts at Darlington or Michigan or Chicago or wherever we're racing, right? But I'm thinking that I've raced with Chris on Talladega before, and he and I have worked really, really well at Talladega before. So I would not be surprised to see
What? Mr. Rose?
I like that.
Who's Mr. Rose?
I would not be surprised to see Mr. Rose.
What are you smoking over there? That's not a
get
video again.
Yeah, he said he was gonna get some drinks before we started. What do you get?
So first day with your new tongue or what?
Get a win at Talladega and win his way in dramatic fashion into the playoffs.
Who?
Actually, he's on row number 24 on your Excel spreadsheet, so that's kind of ironic. That's his car number.
And he's 23.
He's 24.
Yeah, he changed his name.
He's 23.
I mean, not his name, his number.
Oh, he
He's
changed his number. He's 24.
No, Dalton's
23.
24.
Oh, I've been aiming for the 24
Chris
car
changed
all the
his
time.
number this year to 23.
Well, who's 24?
Dalton.
Dalton
He
who?
uses the
Kill.
word driver in the first cell like a fucking savage and doesn't clear it out.
What?
Isn't there a
Oh.
way to clear out the first number so the header doesn't start at 1?
What?
No.
I saw a YouTube video on how to do it once.
What are you talking
Yeah, you
about?
hide it.
Man, we're
You
not
hide it.
talking about Excel
Yeah.
spreadsheets.
I love a good Excel spreadsheet.
Actually, my number
There's a
would
good
my
TikTok
number would be
video.
higher if I made it the first 11 races this year. It'd be 414. Or did you count them?
No, this is start, sit your ass down to the computer and start.
Nice. So not as
Well-
bad as I thought.
Probably also provisionals. I don't know. But call it the first one.
I'm like the Michael Waltrip of cyber racing.
Rick and Philip, who you guys got out on there real quick? But while you guys deliberate that, we've got some replays to take a look at.
Excel, man.
Rick said
What are you
Caldwell's going to be
barking
the
at?
next one to get a win from the winners list.
No, I said that.
No, well, Rick said it as well.
Oh, Rick's listening. Rick's smart.
Rick says if he's in the playoffs, he's going to push Amanda. So, Philip, who you got out there? Who you got first win and next win? But well, pull up the video footage here, Core.
All right, here we go.
Grab another drink.
Yeah, there you go.
This is gonna make me look bad, isn't it?
Oh, this one was not supposed to be sent to you.
Oh, well, you sent it to me, so we're gonna watch it.
In my friend Jason's defense, he was upset.
This was just meant for Discord for the post race report.
I just put the videos in you sent me, Tom. I don't preview them or nothing.
Amanda, commentate what's going on here. Give us
I
the
actually
commentary.
didn't quite catch what was going on.
Well, I'll tell you, Jason got wrecked earlier in the race. He thought it was the 15, so when he got his truck fixed, he was pissed off with the 15.
Who's the
And he-
15 again?
And his truck all of a sudden took off to the right for some reason. His steering wheel broke or something. Coming off pit road.
I don't remember. who
Yeah,
the
and
15
I'm
was.
fucking 6'2".
I am 6'2".
Is this the same thing? I hope so. Oh no, it's different.
Oh, this is where I wrecked you. Now watch
Oh.
that Rick on the inside. See?
Oh yeah, see, Rick hit you into me.
Fucking-
He did. I told you. And I claim that damn caution. That should have been Rick's one in park. He should have been done. You're welcome, Rick. Sorry, that was my fault.
Secondary caution on this same incident. Leroy Koblenz comes up on Logan Spencer at a turn 3. Leroy just didn't know anybody was on the outside there. Hard to
That's the
find
thing,
fault there,
Phil.
but Leroy did claim fault.
Hey, you got to look around. No, situation awareness.
Dustin picked, or Philip picked Dustin, by the way.
Good pick.
If he shows up.
Hey, there I am again.
Oh, there I am.
And
again.
there is Corey again.
And there's
another
Corey.
Oh, don't hit
Thompson.
Dave!
Oh, so-
Oh,
my
fuck,
goodness.
I
Fred!
didn't hit you at all.
There's
That
another
orange truck
Thompson.
did. I did nothing. I was in my own lane, just minding my business. Go back and watch that again. I did nothing.
Break
Look at
with
that.
your right foot.
You're not even fast enough to keep up. I had to catch them when they're braking, for God's sake.
Yeah, you actually pulled back up and gave them more room, Dave.
I did.
no,
I
this
tried
is-
to have
this-
situation. I knew you were down there.
He,
And needed
he
extra
went up
room.
high and then he swerved out at me, which scared me, so then I moved my lane down a little bit and the
And
Fred was
Fred
coming
came up too late.
Yeah. Who's that orange truck?
It's Fred.
That's Fred.
Oh, Fred.
So that was Corey's one in park. That parked Corey for the night, and then I asked him to park, and he said I already did. I already told you I was, and then I asked him to park again, and we had a little fun back and forth there.
I said it was already parked. You can't tell me to park it. It's already parked.
You can't quit. I fired you. No,
Yeah.
you can't fire me. I
I already
quit.
quit.
I heard him say the fucking 0101 over the game chat.
He thought he was talking to us, but
Yeah. He's no Jeff
Wait,
Gordon,
did he?
that's for sure.
Did he really?
Fucking 101's no
I didn't.
Jeff
I didn't
Gordon.
hear it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that at the drivers' meeting tomorrow night. I was insulted.
I didn't hear that.
My
Pitt
feelings
didn't
were
come
hurt.
over race chat.
So now we're setting up for the storyline for the end of stage 2 here, the battle between Cody Heinzman and Joe Hudson. And this was a really good battle for several laps, and we'll see how it unfolds.
You got took out by a Tampax?
Oh.
Tampax.
Yeah, Rip
The dog
didn't
agrees.
like that
Lassie agrees. He even saw it.
one. Didn't like that one, did you?
Same incident, different view. For a stage win is like lap number 49.
Yeah. He could have lifted.
But Joe wouldn't have.
No.
I
They
mean,
knew that-
you're
they knew
racing
it-
for stage points.
They knew what they were doing.
Again, same incident here.
That's
I think
one
he
of
got
those
stuck on.
frustration things, I think, between both
Yeah,
of them.
I think he ran over his string there and spun him out.
Ultimately, Joe did claim responsibility for the caution. That was
Right.
Joe's one in park,
Problem.
and the 49 did park for the evening after that.
You should give him points for original sponsorship. He used to have a guy sponsored. Oh, there I am again. Sponsored by
Oh, man.
Vagisil, and his car said itching to win.
Oh,
Now we're on board with
Oh.
Speed Mafia himself. Where is Rick
Yeah.
Thompson out in the chat? Rick,
What are
defend
you aiming
yourself
for
here.
him, Rick?
Click the replay button on that. You literally. I don't even know.
fuck this guy.
Andy comes across. He says it's okay. I got like United Healthcare or whatever the hell Andy says.
Oh my.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't think there's any defense for that one.
So yeah, Andy had a struggle there. Chris Rose and Larry Bell battling for 24th.
Oh.
What did I
Yeah,
tell you
Larry
earlier?
almost won it.
Go with the odds. Who is 23?
That's what we said.
Larry almost won it.
I didn't believe you.
Same incident here, just looking from the back of the 05 at the 23 Chris Rose. Chris Rose claimed fault to that one, and I believe no, Chris continued on because Chris is going to play a story role in how this race finishes.
Ooh. They did. Oh.
So again, Chris Rose here. Handful of laps to go. Call it maybe 15 laps to go.
Talk about overcorrecting.
Well, I mean, he kept it off the wall on the inside down there. That was pretty impressive.
Just fucking
Or
let
did
it
he?
hit the
I
wall.
was like half watching.
Cody doing Cody
So
tricks.
yeah, that's why we threw that clip in there, because that's going to change how this race plays out now. Because everybody was short on fuel.
Yeah. Yeah, Amanda, it's getting crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that before. You haven't done that?
No,
If I
because
need a caution, if somebody spun on, I'm swerving right at those bitches and going through it.
No.
Corey's in the grass.
Yeah, I'm
I don't want him to come back up off the wall and hit me. Be like, "Get
No,
away
you
from me."
wait till they're stopped and then you just buzz them so the caution comes out.
I'm not that talented. I'd hit them.
Well, obviously Rick's not that talented. He hit them.
Maybe that's what he was trying to do with Andy. He hasn't defended himself out.
I
of the
need a
chat
caution.
Yet, but...
Oh shit, too close.
Needs a prescription monitor or something so you can see what's going on.
So now that set us up for a couple of laps to go. Cody Gibson, Greg Mitchell, they get together back up on the backstretch here. Ultimately, this was determined to be a racing incident through the post race review. And then that set us up for a.
I mean, I went back
shootout
and looked at it during the race because I was out, and like I told Greg, I think he came up more than Cody came down. I mean, they both moved, but
Oh, can you play that again? Because I'm using the left side. It's so hard to judge because they're both moving around.
Yeah, they both were. Cody was coming down, Greg was going up.
Nobody's
They
moving
both-
egregiously, right?
no,
But Greg's
I'm not
moving-
saying he like,
Yeah.
Equal
on
parts
purpose.
off of the seams,
Yeah.
like both of them.
Right.
He was just trying to get tight to him. It must be Cody was getting away
Yeah.
from the wall a little bit. Yeah, no, it's definitely a racing incident. All right, this one says last lap full.
Yeah, so that's going to be a long replay. So that sets us
Can we
up
skip it?
for a 3-lap shootout. Absolutely not.
Can we
I
just
wonder
skip
who
it?
won.
Do we need to do the last two? All right, I'll play
We
it for
do.
you.
So-
we do.
We join this replay, taking the white flag, and
You watch this every night, don't you?
I do.
I'll sleep to it on loop.
I used up a little bit more in one than I probably should have, but Greg pushes me down the backstretch here, and Cody is clear here, but he chooses not to come down.
Hey, Greg needed a new winner.
Tom needs a new paint job.
You did a slide job like I did to Kansas.
Yeah, I
As soon as
slid
you're
up there.
clear, I'm coming up. I don't give a fuck.
And right now, I'm higher than a giraffe's ass. I don't know what to do because I got two of the best behind me.
You just put it
I'm
on the
looking-
wall and hit the barrels at the inside.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
happy.
What a, I
That
thought you were
was-
running
that
out of
was
fuel
that
at the
was
same
check-
time or something.
No, that was the checkered flag. Yeah, that
You
was
just
an
brake check
exciting.
them right there and let them run in the back of you.
It was an exciting last lap, but ultimately the 34 emerges victorious after 64 races and claims race number one win.
Race
of the
number win
season.
3.
There's that tongue.
You should hear our drivers' meetings.
Why do you think I don't listen now?
Casey. Come back to the
That's why you put your headset down. Yeah, congratulations,
so-
man. I think
Yes,
that's the first
thank
time
you.
you've won
Congratulations.
since you've been back. Since I've been here.
So it's funny because I messaged Greg because on paper it was 64 races, but there was a period of time that I was not involved in cyber, and the last points paying win was June 21st, 2022, which is 1,057 days. So on paper it was 64 races, but on calendar it was close to 3 years. So it was really nice to
Damn.
finally be able to do that again.
No, it'll be another 3 years.
Shut up.
Go get them.
Good luck, Tiger.
You can do it.
No, I saw. I actually
You're like the Wood
watched
Brothers.
Why is Pocono on the schedule 3 times next year?
It was.
It's a
And Milwaukee.
Pocono series.
I didn't get to watching the broadcast till last week, so I sat down and watched the full broadcast, and I didn't realize that you pit right before that caution
Yep.
came out, so that thing felt perfect for you to get the track position up front with only
It was
like
fun.
2 caution laps on your tires.
It was funny because I was literally, and I don't know if Greg's out in the chat or Mike's out in the chat, but I was literally in the middle of saying the sentence, "A caution would be nice right now," and the yellow flag popped up on the screen. Greg's like, "Did you hit the button?" I'm like, "No." I was literally halfway through the sentence, and he was like, "Well, you got what you wanted." So, but I think Greg was probably good on fuel. I don't think Cody was.
I think Cody was.
Was he? Because in the post race interview, he just said he was just going to go for it. Hey, Casey Tomlinson.
No, I think caution came out before that.
I don't remember.
Oh no, because
Well,
he did go
if-
for it.
if he
Yeah,
was-
yeah, you're right. Because
Yeah,
that's
if
why
he was good on
swerved at
fuel,
him.
he wouldn't have aimed for
Yeah.
Chris Rose.
Yep.
So
I was good on fuel.
Where'd you finish, Amanda?
I don't remember, but it was
I
good.
think like 13th.
I usually blow my engine somehow or fuck up somehow at Pocono.
That's kind
No,
of
you finished
personal.
15th because you changed your line that yelled
Ah,
at
I
you.
did change my.
Oh, you passed me on the last lap too. That's right too.
I was like, I'm gonna
That-
start swinging it wide, and then it didn't work out. I thought I could get runs on people, but I couldn't.
I think you finished right in front of me actually.
Yeah,
You
I
passed
think.
me on the last lap.
Yeah.
Or I
What'd
let
you
you by.
guys-
I should.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
what do you guys think of our fuel landing? Open floor here. What do you guys think of our fuel landing right on that? Right on that.
I like it.
That fuel limit.
'Cause
You
there's
like
not-
it or?
No, I told you that before. You put one thing changed. I'm like, look at the stages and the fuel, so it's not right there.
I like
We
it
have less
because
of
like
those.
30% of the field doesn't think about that extra lap around the track. So it's pretty fun when I'm like, look at all these assholes forgetting to save, and then when there's 15 laps left, they're like, ah, shit.
Whisper that to me next time so I pay attention. See, I'm used to liters and kilometers, so I'm confused.
Well, so I like it in the beginning stages, like the first and second stage. I hate when you have to finish the last 20, 30, 40, where Dalton's like, oh, I saved fuel the entire time. Well, good fucking for you. That's not real racing in my mind to do the last fuel run worrying about fuel. Getting to the stages, it's fun. The end of it, everybody should be going balls out and trying not to spin out and fighting for it.
But there's no amount of preparation, Amanda, in objection to that, right? There's no amount of preparation that I can do to say if a caution comes out on lap number
Yeah.
74 or whatever, whenever Chris Rose spun or whatever it came out to be, that's going to prevent that, right?
Yeah.
So like specifically about the stages ending on fuel, Rick, Philip, Casey, whoever else is out there, let us know what you guys think, right? Because we're lightly starting to think about the next season schedule, and Pocono seems to be the one that always turns into a fuel race if they fall at the right time.
And we will be there 10 times next year on top.
You bet.
I think the fuel should
Rick.
be 1 lap less where you either really have to save or you have to pit one or the other. I like that for the stages.
Mm-mm.
Right.
I think the stages just go all out and then figure out pitting. the
Well,
final
if you're going to
stage.
go all out for each stage, you're probably going to have more cautions because they're like, I don't have to worry about anything. Just balls out all the way to the
Well,
end.
Right.
There's only a few races where you have to actually save. Most of them are you're like 10 laps to the good.
Yeah.
Mich-
I tried
Mich-
to change that for this season, but leave 1 or 2 in.
Michigan will be the next one.
Michigan's, well,
I hope not. I like
Michigan
Really
stage.
gets
No,
spread
I
out.
don't think so. Michigan stages are 15 or 20 and 50. So how many laps can you get on on 70% fuel at Michigan? Like
Uh,
23, 24.
yeah, because it'd be, was it 13.1 gallons?
Yeah, 13-1. Chicagoland might be close because Chicagoland is 35 and 70. The stage 1 might be close at Chicagoland, but
Yeah, fucking get rid of those fuel things. Philip does too well with those. I even said that to him during the race at Pocono. I was like, "Oh, Philip, I forgot you're fast. You're fast at Pocono, and you save fuel." Because he was like, "Oh, this is falling the same." Because after I got crashed out by Dave, I jumped in chat with the team and was overlooking
First time or the second?
the second.
Just
I
wanted to
jumped
clarify.
in. I jumped in and I was helping everybody out with different stuff, and I was watching, and I knew what was
I don't remember you helping me out doing anything.
Well, I thought you were probably done too, but no, you got scot free of everything.
I know what I'm doing.
So I got this trophy back here.
Where's your big ass trophy?
I gotta buy one.
I'll take a picture and superimpose you on Photoshop you with this one.
Yeah.
all right, bring up the duck. We got Darlington stats coming up to
Oh, we got
begin to round this
fucking
round this
hotkey
mess
thing.
out. All right,
You
Cyber
said
Thunder
this is going
Racing
to be an
League.
hour. We've been more than an hour.
You're getting paid overtime. Stop whining.
All right.
Committed to an hour.
Those three caution points or whatever.
You should have been here last week when we went like 3.5 hours. It was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Okay.
It was a
Um,
Friday night too, though.
To
Here's
date,
what
Cyber Thunder Racing League has raced 17 races at Darlington. 9 of them have had different winners. Active winners within Cyber Thunder Racing League: Andrew Caldwell has 1. Cody Heinzman has 4. Truck starts at Darlington. Most to, well, the top 5. Steven Music, Dave Gainforth both have 3 starts. Myself, Mike Stiverson, and Cody Heinzman all have 2 starts. And truck only starts. Cody Heinzman has 2 starts, 2 wins. Greg Mitchell 1 start with an average finish of 2. Greg Mitchell 2 starts with a 3.5, or excuse me, Gary Bowman 2 starts with a 3.5 average finish. Andrew Caldwell 2 starts with a 5 average finish, and Dustin Ping 1 start with a 7 average finish.
Those guys that win all the time, aren't they bored?
You think so, right?
Oh my god!
Well,
how
let's start in the
depre-
back. Have some fun.
We gotta spice it
Oh,
up for
look,
him and
I
put
won
up like
again.
a.
Yippee skippy!
Let's do a 3-truck roadblock, just all line up side by side when they try to lap us.
We'll get Fred, Dave Gainforth, and Steve Music. That's the triple threat.
No, we'll
going
do
down
like
turn
3
number
rows
3.
of 3 and be like, "All right, boys, let's see if you can make all of them."
But really, my god, showing up every week knowing you're going to dominate must be getting boring.
Dave,
Must
you're
be,
in the
must be getting Jeff Gordon like holy Christ.
Dave, you're in the hot seat for tonight. We always say guests before hosts. Who do you got winning at Darlington tomorrow night?
Well, if I want to get my money back, I'd probably pick the 28 or the 55. But I think Andrew Caldwell's going to win 46.
You did say that before. Yeah, he's
I
got
did.
2 starts with an average finish of 5, but oh no, I lied. I looked at the wrong row. He has led 1 lap in his 2 starts.
That's one more than I have.
The one more than I got.
He's really good.
I'm not going to pick the 34. There's no way you can do it 2 weeks in a row.
I mean, I told Corey I'm gonna be relaxing with like a 6-pack next to me for the next 5 races. And
Some Fireball.
Yeah.
Corey, Amanda, who you guys got?
I'm gonna stick with my consistent pick all night. I think Rick's gonna go with it. He's good. He's fast. He knows the track well. I've seen him race there in a couple different leagues. I think Rick's gonna take it. Rick Thompson.
He's only one in park, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he is.
He knows how to pass at Darlington, though. As long as he stays away from the people that are a bit unpredictable, just watch out for the people that are unpredictable. Pass safely
You gotta
on
start
the apron.
Like the
start naming
34.
names. Start naming names.
Yeah.
It's like get this, liven this up a little bit. Piss people off.
Yeah, come on,
I-
Amanda.
Well, I know you're friends with them, but I will not pass any Millwanes. I usually let them pass me, and then I pass them under their own wrecking ability.
Yeah,
Casey's in
I
our
agree.
chat usually. I enjoy chatting with Casey, but I get a little nervous when he gets on my inside. Joe Hudson, I will let him pass me and let him fuck up on his own. There's quite a few that I won't go near because I know they're gonna end up in the wall on their own. So that's how I generally end up middle of the pack. I'm not that good, but I'm cautious and I weed them out, let them wreck each other.
I find the 34 is very aggressive if you have to pass him.
You ever? Yeah.
I've been rear-ended by him a few times.
There's been a few
It's not-
times
and
in
it's not nice.
Discord.
Oh, I think that 101's got my number now.
There's a few times in Discord I'm like,
Uh.
what the fuck is Tom doing? Get away from me, Tom.
He likes to rub up against people when he passes you.
Whoa.
You're way too close. You got 2 lanes underneath you. Move.
Yeah, you're in my space.
I'm gonna go with Cody. It's Cody's track. Well, let's
Cody
see.
loves that
let's
wall.
let's see if
He loves that wall, and
he
there's
does
some
love the-
damage.
He does love the wall, but I've seen him race at Darlington, and let's try to get somebody within 5 seconds of him.
That damage model, he said he
Oh.
tapped that wall. You got 3 minutes. Stay off the wall, boys.
Don't tell him that. Why are you giving away
All right,
secrets?
They're gonna hit the wall anyways. The people who
Yeah,
hit the
they
wall
don't
always
know
hit the
how much
wall.
damage they got.
There's like 4 guys in here that like make love to the wall all the time, and they're gonna be out quick.
That's kind of personal.
Well,
Those softer barriers they're asking for.
well, I went with kind of 1,000 to 1 shot on Tanner with the wild card, right? We're gonna come full circle here in a minute.
You're picking Tanner
But-
in Darlington.
hold on.
Tanner
We'll
will
get
be
there.
DNF'd by lap 20. Put 10 bucks
This-
on that.
Look,
She's naming names now, isn't
I
she?
love
Yeah,
Tanner.
fucking Dave told her, name some names. He's like, I'll tell you some fucking names.
I love
Yeah.
Tanner.
She's been waiting.
Tanner's gonna hit the wall. He's gonna.
That's one more position for Dave.
looking at all starts or all Cup Xfinity truck, right? To make my pick in. This driver has 5 starts at Darlington, an average start of 3.8, average finish of 12th, but a 60% top 10 finish. I think that the average starting position for Corey Sherman
Oh.
is going to play into the hand of the 3 if my co-host can keep it out of the fucking wall and finish a race. Because you've had to so listen, I'm gonna love you up here. I think you're gonna come out of Darlington with the winner, but I'm gonna shoot you right back down. You can't have 3 parked races in a row.
Hi, Dustin.
So, Dustin,
I would have picked Dustin, but he
Losers?
no-showed last
What's
week
a
and made me.
loser?
He made me look like a dick by not showing up last week.
by not showing up, he was
Yeah.
going to. He was working.
I don't care.
So,
Excuses.
Tom, I do have a win in Darlington in BPL. That's one of my
I don't care. This is not a BPL broadcast.
3 wins that I've had. I was fast last year, but then I was telling Tom about it earlier. I went back and watched Darlington, and earlier, I think today, I just popped it on and from last season. And I forgot that it's the one that I got in the wall and Greg got into
were-
me after I got in the
right.
wall, and the whole field just piled in behind it, like 15 people. Like they're just sliding in left and right.
All we gotta do is wait him out, Dave. Wait him out.
We're gonna get a top 5, Amanda.
Yeah.
Unless one of these people that we named wipes us out. That's gonna.
So that's my
Alright.
pick is the
Alright, Tom.
Shermanator.
I'll just knock that 28 out of the way and I'll
All
go right to
capital
victory.
letters. Damn, Dustin. Yelling at me.
Damn.
Working.
Where's Where's Corey?
Did
I
I
didn't
get
prepare this.
600?
Did you?
What?
Did you set up a furry friends tonight?
I did, but I lost
Oh,
my
good.
intro because
Oh,
What
Greg
kind
said
of
you were in
budget are
his
we
way.
working on here?
well,
Hey, Greg.
it was in my downloads folder, and I cleaned it up because I'm like, why? I have 1 terabyte on my hard drive, and it's almost all gone. So I'm like, oh, it's all my videos. So I deleted all the videos that I've downloaded for 3 different shows in there, but all the assets for Thunderstruck were in there. So, but luckily I put some on Google Drive. But the Furry Friends intro didn't make it, so
We got the
Yeah.
stat duck. That's all that matters.
yeah. All right, so here's your furry friends.
That's your intro.
Yeah, that's my intro.
Who's this?
Aw.
This is Stuyvesant's boxer, I think.
Oh, is this Mike? If you're out in the chat, who is this?
Look at those ears.
He likes the
What are
Big
they
Bang
watching?
Theory.
Top Chef?
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Aw,
Oh,
that bubba.
they got a power recliner.
Fancy.
Like, you don't have one of those?
No, I don't have a power recliner.
I just bought one.
Did you?
Like mesmerized by the show.
Yeah. That's all. You guys gotta put more stuff in Furry Friends because Tom decided to do cats one week, so it took all the cat stuff. So we're just left with dogs now. I'm
We need
surprised he didn't like,
themes.
let's do dogs.
Do Memorial Day weekend pictures. I
Yeah,
want,
patriotic.
bandanas,
put red,
like,
white, and blue.
all sorts of flags.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, Memorial Day
Sparklers.
weekend animal pictures. I don't care if it's a
Hot
fish and you
dogs.
tape a flag to the tank.
Hey,
Anyways,
I'll
speaking
tell
of
you what,
Memorial-
we can just show Lucas ripping Daisy every week.
Speaking of Memorial Day, before we gotta get the hell out of here. Before we get the hell out of here, Cyber Salutes Sunday. Dave, you racing in that?
I doubt it.
What do you mean you doubt it?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I've ever raced in it before. I'm usually not home on the long weekend, your long weekend. I have to go to church in the morning. Confess my
Well-
sins that I do on Tuesday night.
I swore a lot about Tom. I called Tom a bunch of names.
Yeah. Please forgive me, Christy Rose.
Yeah, right.
He's probably defriending me now on Facebook, or he's sending me a message or something. Who the hell are you up there in Canada?
Who's this guy?
Who the fuck do you think you are?
But
Anybody that has
Court.
an initial in his name, he's pretty cool.
Corey and Amanda, you guys are running Cyber Salutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
we
is it?
Well, we basically planned our whole
Talladega.
weekend out, and it's probably not gonna work out how we wanted to because our local short track that's like 2 miles down the road, the first race is Friday night, but it's looks like it might rain. Then we were planning on golf on Saturday,
But it might rain.
but it might rain. Sunday looks decent, so we're planning on running Cyber Salutes race. And then my parents are going to come over and we're going to watch
Indy
the
and-
end of the Indy 500
Yep.
and the Coke 600.
But it's gonna be cold as shit too.
It's going to be cold and sunny. Then Monday.
Monday when we usually don't drink and recoup to go back to work. It's supposed to be nice out.
What racetrack's close to you?
Spencer Speedway.
It's $2 million and for sale if you want to buy
Yeah.
it. They run like 6 races a year to keep
Oh.
their license. But and I said, I'm like, if anybody could go in on it. So I was a chef for a long time. I'm director
You're
of
throwing your
purchasing.
fucking resume
Yeah,
out there?
no, I do purchasing for a food distributor right now. I said I would go in with whoever bought the racetrack and I would buy in for all the concessions and the gift shop and everything and do the marketing for all of that to get people to rent it out during the season. We do a lot of snowmobile stuff around here so you could do stuff in the off season.
Why are you trying to sell a racetrack?
Because
right
I
now?
want
You
somebody
just
to buy
asked
the
what was next to it.
Hey,
racetrack.
support your local tracks.
Buy the racetrack and I'll run all the amenities in it and
They put some new 2x12s down on the bleachers.
Yeah, the bleachers
a
are
couple
sketchy as
years
shit.
ago.
The lights went
Well,
out.
That's why it's 2 million. Then
The
Yeah.
lights went out in turn 3. They're like, give us 5 minutes. An hour and a half later, like we're drunk and they're just getting the lights back on.
The lights kind of go off
But
sometimes.
it's great. We can sit on our
hey,
deck and
what do
we
you want?
hear. What do we hear? The modified.
What do you want for
driving?
$20 for a ticket?
Oh, the cars sound so awesome. Sitting in our backyard listening to the
yeah,
cars.
they run
maps.
modifieds
Great.
and
Love it. Great background noise.
like little Ford bangers and 6-cylinders and shit.
Yeah, but it always rains. They only do like 6 races a year just to keep their license while it's for sale, and it rains every time.
That's a
Does
selling
that
feature.
does that count as one of theirs? Like, is it just like a scheduled event that sold tickets? Like, does that count?
I think they'll reschedule
Or do
it.
they have to physically run 6 races? Oh,
I mean,
okay.
No, they reschedule them.
yeah, I think they reschedule.
Do they?
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
they have to run their 6 races.
Okay.
Get their
They have
NASCAR
to
license.
physically run. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people donate their time to mow the grass and weed whack.
Yeah, a lot
and
of
all that
companies
stuff,
around
too.
the area donate to like get the grass mowed before and
It's a
all
great
that.
Oh, that's good.
crack, but
They usually have food trucks come in because they don't open the concession stands at all. They just have food trucks that come in.
Okay.
So where is Cyber Salutes? Is it Charlotte?
Oh my god!
No.
don't move the table. It scares them. All right, come down, buddy. Come here.
Who's here?
Don't say,
Oh my god!
don't say that to him.
No, it's it's
okay.
at
You're okay.
Cyber Salutes is at Talladega Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern practice, 12 p.m. Eastern grid, while qualifying, whatever. And it's a 94 lap race in
You're okay.
the old looking ARCA cars.
It's ARCA cars.
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
they're called.
Well, if I'm around, I'll join in.
It'll be
Come on,
fun.
Dave.
We can
We ain't running it
practice.
without you.
Does it affect my stats if I
Yeah,
happen to win?
It does. I will
I get in the chase.
take this off the record. I will get you into the chase if you run Cyber Salutes. Listen,
No,
I am desperate for people to run this event.
No, I want the Hall of Fame. I want to be guaranteed in every race.
Well, that's a whole nother topic.
Well, let's bring it up. When do you vote?
Make you a graphic for the next
End of
Thunderstruck
season.
as the winner
Oh, okay.
or attendee.
Carter Lawson in chat.
Carter
The
Lawson.
Carter
Holy
Lawson.
smokes.
The fuck's Carter Lawson?
He ran the
You've
pink
read by him,
deal.
I think. Man,
The
name
108.
of
The 500.
I think you've said his name quite a bit.
That's Brad.
He was a
Lawson.
he was a 3-digit number, wasn't he? 108 or
Not-
something.
Not 908. Yeah.
908. Yeah.
I don't remember.
And it
Yeah,
always
purple
pissed me
stars
off
usually.
because we reserved the 900s for our inactive drivers, and for whatever reason, I don't know who agreed to it. Somehow he weaseled his way into the 908. He was like, I just want to run the 908. And I'm like, fine, whatever. But,
It was funny
but now
because
I
back
think-
in the
I
day, I
think it's
would be like,
98.
"What fucking savage has 3 digits on their car?" I was like,
Hello. Hello.
What's wrong with
Actually,
you?
Tom didn't like it when I did it either.
I hated it. I still hate it. But listen,
Well, I hate the 34.
it's one of the things that makes me unique around here.
34 is a stupid number. What's that mean to you? Are you 34?
I am actually.
Oh, that's ironic.
Who knew?
You gonna change your number next year to 35?
Yeah, I'll be the old Dusty Martin.
Oh yeah, I liked him.
Oh man. Well, let's get the hell out of here. Dave, thanks so much for coming on. I tried to get you on a couple of weeks ago, but one of the things, Dave, kind of to leave it on this, and then Corey and Amanda can fill in what they want, right? But one of the things, Dave, that I like the best about you is that we get the same Dave Gainforth, whether we're sitting here doing this on a Monday night, or if we're racing on track on Tuesday night, or if we're sending a message on Facebook Messenger. So many people,
Or at Martinsville.
yeah, yeah, or at Martinsville playing ladder ball, and Dave's like, "What the hell is ladder ball? What kind of American tradition is this?"
It's all balls on strings. That's
He's used to
stupid.
flipping loonies and toonies and puppers bottles.
But I think one of the things that sets Dave apart is like you get the same person doing this or racing or talking about something serious. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate our friendship. And I'm so glad that you came on to the broadcast tonight.
No, thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you guys had me. And like you said it, what you see is what you get all the time. So I don't take things too seriously. I like to joke, have fun, make friends, and at the end of the day, that's what this is all about: making good friends all over the States and Canada. So get together every week and have some fun.
I was super glad to get to know you. Like I said, we've only had a little bit of a conversation over Racecom and stuff, and you're probably. I mean, I'm pretty used to like Dustin and them and our chat and everything. You're probably up here in funny people I've been able to chat with in our shows, where most of them are here. So I think you're very funny and enjoyable.
Thank you. Well, when you look this way, you got to be funny to get the girls.
Oh my
right?
God.
Tom understands. Tom
I
understands.
can't stand Dave. I am done with him.
I'm not a winner like you, Tom. I can't go to bed a winner tonight. That's cool.
I've got it on replay on the TV downstairs.
I can
Joe.
just imagine. You play it back nice and slow. A little bit of lotion and a Kleenex. And
Oh my God. Corey, bring us home.
a duck, maybe.
Oh yeah, it was great having you on, Dave. I haven't really hung out and talked to you too much, and it's great to get to know you. And yeah, you're a funny bitch. And if you want that third seat, it's all yours on Monday night. Tom's gonna be mad about it, but
Hey, I'll come back.
Just
I got nothing
fuck
to do
him,
on
right?
Mondays. I
Every
said.
episode.
And I promise not to wreck you this week. I'll make it a special effort not to wreck you.
all right, just hit that 34. He's already got to win.
Yeah, the hell with him. Yeah. He'll start a new losing streak.
That's what
Three
you're
more
doing now,
years.
Tom.
Put that
3
on
more
the
years.
put that on the back of your truck, Dave. 3 more years.
Yeah. Make sure he's on that spreadsheet. It's been 1 week since he won a race. For his losing streak. It's been 1 week.
We're getting the
One
hell
race.
out of here. This is too much. This is 3-on-1 right here.
I'm gonna start my own chat, I think. I kind of like this.
But
Everybody
Greg,
will be,
Dustin, Philip, Rick, Casey, we'll see you guys at Darlington
even
tomorrow.
jumped
Remember,
in.
come out
Yeah,
for
Greg
Cyber
jumped in
Salute
for a
next
second.
week. We're raising money.
Yes, cyber salutes.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Tune in. I think was 8 o'clock. We always forget.
Well,
Yeah.
7,
8 o'clock
8.
OSR network. Check us out. Talk to Joe. Tell him you saw us on Thunderstruck and you want to
24 hours from now, Tom's gonna be celebrating again.
Yeah. You want to root for that 101. Get his first victory.
Now I like my
That
losing
trophy
streak.
next-
What's that?
I like my losing streak. I'm just gonna keep losing.
Yeah, I mean, you're the winner. I'm trying to go for the biggest booper. So you could be the most non-winner.
There you go. What's a booper?
The
Caution
booper tracker.
causer.
It's
There
our
you go.
caution. We
You
call it a
see it?
booper
It's right
tracker
here.
on here.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Top 10
that. Okay.
boopers.
You boop other
Thought it
cars.
said- I thought it said boobs when I first looked at it. I thought, okay, well, whatever.
He's a booper.
Who's got the biggest boobs?
All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Or we'll see you. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye,
Then we'll
guys.
see you next Monday. Let you know if I
Sunday.
won Darlington. See you guys.
Bye.
Happy Memorial
See ya.
Day.
Memorial Day.